Hey guys, it's Book Chat Thursday. I'm going to talk about Chapter 8, which is Getting Connected, but it's only going to be brief because it's my husband's day off and we have some family things planned. So I'll just do a quick intro and then next week I'll finish up with getting connected. So isolation is a major risk factor. I think that we can recognize, especially with this whole year, the lack of socializing, that it's affecting a lot of people, especially mentally. And isolation is a major risk factor for depression. So those who lack the benefit of meaningful social connections actually are at a greater risk for becoming depressed. And the problem is people who are depressed withdraw even more, and so it's a vicious cycle. But why exactly does depression prompt social withdrawal? Well, think of the last time you had the flu. Like, how much did you really want to be around people? You don't at all. You just, whenever you're sick, it's common to just want to lay in your bed, stay away from everyone, and get better. And that's what happens with depression. Like, what's happening with the brain is that, with the flu, your withdrawal symptoms are to promote recovery, but with depression, it only makes things worse. So even though depressed patients feel right down to the core of their being that pulling away from others is going to help, because that's what we learn to do when we're sick, is to pull away so we can recover. Well, it doesn't help with depression. It's the opposite with depression. So we're going to be talking a little bit about finding connection, because navigating the tangled mess of connecting is also tricky. Like, do I build stronger relationships with family members, with coworkers, with my neighbors? Like, who should I focus on? What should I do? And that can be tricky for some people to navigate. Some people, maybe it's not a problem at all. But really, our values and our focus has shifted a lot over the last while. And what Dr. Ilardi believes is that many of us are now living in a way that we value things more than people. Especially in America. I don't know how it is all over the world, but we spend a lot of time at work and we're trying to earn money, we're trying to live those lifestyles, but it's disconnecting from people. The square footage of the average American home has doubled in past generations, but also the lack of getting together. I mean, when I was a child, we would gather on the lawn with our neighbors all the time, and that just doesn't happen where I live now. And I don't know if it's the difference in neighborhood or if it's the difference in community or just the difference in the time of life. It's just different. And if you're in a community like that, that's awesome. That's really good for you and for your children. So Dr. Ilardi's not saying that any of us, if asked, would claim to value things more than people, nor would we say that our loved ones aren't important to us. Of course they are. But many people now live as if achievement, career, advancement, money, material possessions, entertainment, and status matter more. Unfortunately, such things don't confer lasting happiness, nor do they protect us from depression. Actually, our loved ones are the ones that protect us. So for most of us in this cultural isolation, that's not even a word, isolation, there's considerable room for improvement when it comes to enhancing social connection. And some of you might beg to differ. Like, who here is an introvert who likes their own time? But even those of you who like your own time and are introverted, do you have someone you enjoy being around? Someone that you enjoy connecting with? We need to connect with people. If it's one, if it's many, we need people. So on the pages that follow, Dr. Ilardi is going to outline strategies for improving connections with friends, family members, coworkers, and other members of the community. So achieving this ideal does take time. It may not be a realistic goal for everyone short term, especially for those in the midst of a depression episode. But fortunately, there is improvement in social connection, and you can feel some immediate benefit from it, even though it will take time overall to feel the long-term effects. So I'm not going to go in any further this week, but next week we'll be talking about friends, and we will be talking about friends at a distance. We'll also be talking about toxic relationships, and spouses, and service, the importance of giving. So we are going to be covering a lot more next week than we did this week. but like I said, I'm in a time crunch. I am going to spend time with my family and some people today, and that's what's important. So hope you guys are doing well and that you make time for somebody or people that you love or that are important to you as well. Take care.